Welcome to HK Garage. Going to try to unravel the mystery of drum brakes for you today. Stand by. As always, first thing, jack up your car. Set your jack stands. Take off your wheel. And as you can see, there's nothing to it. There's only one or two parts. 3, 4. Well, let's get on with it. Now you're just going to pull the drum off. It's going to pop off like this. I've done brakes on this, so don't expect it to come off for me so easy. Sometimes you have to really fight them. So these, when I did the brakes, I put the old spring on. I won't put the new springs on. And I need to fix this, and I found a piece that I'm missing on the other side. I want to show you my preferred tool for doing this, but that would be my vice grips, and I don't know where the hell they are. So my channel locks are probably my next best. Just gonna, these are really gonna be difficult to use. So, just gotta get these springs off of here. So, you know my t-shirt bat. I always know where my 10mm is. There's a vice grip with 10mm on it. I think I may have jinxed my vice grips. I looked everywhere. I don't know how many pairs of vice grips. I can't find a single one. So, new pair of vice grips. Run out to the store again. All right. Now, as I was trying to say earlier, what I do with these is we grab the springs like this here, and I'm gonna grab the springs like this, and then we'll get this down so it'll fit. That's too loose. Make sure you get them good and tight. And then you can pull the spring off. What might help is this. I always bend these over so they stay better. So they're staying really well. So I'm just going. They went crooked on me. Bend that back like that. All right, now, and you can pull that spring off like that. What I'm going to do with the spring here, I'm going to lay it down on the ground in a pattern. I'll put this one right here, because I know that one goes that way. This one here should be a whole lot easier to get off. Maybe. Maybe not. That. These are definitely not very good. Takes a little brute force sometimes. All right, we'll pull that one off here now. If you watch, this spring here, I'm going to hold in this. Get it back in there where it was. We'll get this off in a minute. Now here's this here. Now it's going to be loose enough I can pull off like that. All right. Put this back in there so I can get that out. See, that holds that in like that. Oh. put this down here. Now, this one's not terrible, because once you got this one off here, then you could pretty much lift up. I'm gonna have to get rid of my chair. I gotta get down dirty with this thing. Alright, I'm gonna get down here where I can see what I'm doing. That out, and that goes on the back side. And then I'm gonna pull it apart. Sometimes the bottom one's a little tricky because there's really no way to grab on springs. But if you pull it apart, you can usually get your adjuster out. You know, remember that this one here goes this side. All right, yep. Now put it right here because it goes on the bottom. Once that's out, then I'll probably get in your way because I have to get up here to see it there. Grab that. There we go. And to get that off of there, this is hooked in here like that. And I get that off of there completely. It's like that. I'm put it down here so we know what direction it goes. And I'll take the spring out here. By twisting around, it comes right off like that. Now we got that done. Now we're going to go up here. Now we don't want to tighten down, clamp down really tight on these. You don't have to. Just want to hold them. There. Hold that. I can push in on it. And I can twist it. Or I can twist the back. Sometimes you can twist the back. This one wants to be difficult. Of course. Right there. And then that shoe will come off. We're going to get this out of here. Okay, this goes across. This is your stabilizing bar. We'll put that right here. That's off. That shoe will come off like that. Now, this is the horseshoe I was talking about. Now, I'm not going to put it on there because this one's fine. We'll pull that off there. Now, let's get this one off. And that brake shoe comes off like that. Get this out of here. Now, when the wheel came off on my way back from Tennessee, that pin got bent. This is bent right here. This thing should be flat. It's not. We're going to take Melner to it and see if we can't straighten it out a little bit. It's not bad. It's fine. It works, but we're going to try to straighten it out a little more. And now we're clean here. Now we'll clean this backing plate off good. Brake clean. Just like that. All right, we're going to replace these wheel cylinders. These can be rebuilt. I'll show you how it would be done when I pull it apart. All right, one of the things if you're going to do brakes, you're going to want a decent set of line wrenches. Now, I've had line wrenches in the past. I bought these online. I'll put a link in it because I really like them. And these work with your 3/8 ratchet. Okay. Gotta be 3/8. Oh no. You must be kidding me. Okay, it is a 3/8. For a minute I was thinking it was a 10. It's a 3/8. Now I can put this in here. That. And we're just going to bring that loose like that. Go. Once you got it broke loose, then you can use a regular wrench. There we go. We get our line out like that. Now, all right, what do we got here? Let's see. Yep, that's what I thought. 1/2 inch. Yep. Here. See, before I even start, back in the day, what we would do is these two little tabs here, we would take a bar or something and knock them down so that we could get the piston out of here to rebuild this. I'll show you how it all comes apart. I'm not going to do that because, and then we take a screwdriver to bend it back out because we're going to change this all together. The kit to rebuild this is about $5. A new one is, a new wheel cylinder is like 12, 13. So this ain't worth it to me. Just get these loose. On the Ford, it's 2 back there. Different vehicles are a little different, but some of them have a clip. There's one. And, you don't hear you. And that's 2. Sometimes it likes to be a little difficult. Hang on a little bit until it comes out. There it is, unhooked, comes out just like that. And there you go. Now, like I was saying, we used to rebuild these. What you do is you pop these out. You're going to need these. You got to keep these. So we want to clean them up, but we're going to keep those. And then all you did was you pop this off like that. Oh, that's just absolutely beautiful in there. Yeah. And then you pop this one off like that. And then your piston will just come out of there. You might have to give it a push. And you'll get the piston come out. All right, now this is your little piston. This is a rubber seal. And then you have a spring. And you have exactly the same thing on the other side. So, unbeknownst to me, this was froze. I think I got it freed now, but yeah, that was froze. So, then that would come out of there like that, and then like that, and then you had this barrel. All right, now, you would take welcome to working in the neighborhood. Now the damn ice cream man's out there. I'll take a short break and I'll come back when the idiot's gone. Goodbye, get lost. Oh, I got rid of the ice cream man. All right, what I was saying. I'm gonna clean this up here. So, this is silver, some kind of metal. Maybe it's aluminum, but it feels too heavy for aluminum. It's probably just metal. And I would take that to a wire wheel and clean it all up. This would come in the kit. Okay, because all the kit consists of is this, and this. And you can just clean everything up good. Of course, like I say, these would be new. I'm not going to clean them all the way up because I'm not rebuilding. Just like that. And then this, of course, you take it over to wire wheel and clean it all up as well. And make sure you could get this in and out. You can put this in a vise and work on getting the bleeder fitting out. And then this barrel here inside is just metal. Now, I put my finger down here. It's got roughness in it because it's got all kinds of stuff. And we would take a hone run down through it. You don't actually need to take a hone because it doesn't take much. A little piece of sandpaper, take a little 220 and put it around your finger and just do both sides and make sure the inside is nice and cleaned up so it's a nice smooth bore. And then to put it together, you just put one of these right in like that. And then you put your cap, your push here, your piston in like that. Your spring could go on the other side. Then it'd be a new spring and another new piece of rubber cup here. Goes right there. And then you would put the other piston, goes in here. Just like that. Now the idea is that they should travel just like that in here, nice and easily. So that they keep just the insy bit, a little bit of pressure up on there so that they don't go through. A little bit of pressure up on there so that they don't, collapse down past where the fluid goes in. The fluid comes in and it pushes that piston out, which then in turn pushes the brakes out, which it'll have, this cap will be on here. And then this will be here, and that there pushes your brake shoes in and out, and it should be even on both sides. Obviously, with one side frozen, it's not going to be even on both sides. This side here is just really not good. Nope. So this one definitely needed a replacement. Yep, because I can't even get that to move smooth. Now, I could rebuild this with a $5 kit, but for $13 for a brand new one, I'm just going to put a brand new one in. All ready to go. I know the fitting's going to work, the bleeder's going to work. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare these two. So, what I got here is going to be obviously wrong. Obviously right. Everything upside down, upside right. So there's my fittings, and then my brake line is going to come in on this side. Okay, the other one should be just slightly different. See, now if I had this one and I compared them, they wouldn't be the same because the brake line comes in on this side, not this side. So this goes on the other side. This one I don't want right now. I want this one. Just like that. And that's just going to bolt in there right where I took the other one out. Yeah. Don't forget about merch. This is one of the shirts we got available. I promise you, we will send you a clean one. But yeah, this is our standby shirt. So down in the description, there's a link to my Spreadshirt shop. And then you can go there and you won't have to stand by. Now, next trick we're going to do on this side, it won't really be something you normally have to do. I like to look at this is where the brake shoe slides on. Just want to clean them up. All I want to feel is how smooth it is across there. This is fine. This is nice and smooth. It doesn't seem to be, I don't feel any grooves in there. However, I know on the other side, this one over here has a bad groove. The others seem to be okay. Sanding these isn't something you're normally going to have to do. This is a very old truck, a lot of miles. This is pretty flat, so I'm pretty happy with it. There. But this one down here has a big old groove in it, right there. Big old nasty groove. I'm going to fix that. And I could get a whole backing plate, but don't need a whole backing plate. If you know somebody who has access to a welder, you can fix this. Now, I have a welder, and we're going to fix this. I'll show you exactly how. I got to clean that all out of there good, or I won't be able to weld it. I'm going to have to flap this to it. There's still crap in there. It's all got to be cleaned out of there, or the weld won't stick. That's a fat jack. All right, got a brand new flap-a-doodle on here. I don't wear the other one out. A quick word about welders and extension cords. I took the welder over to Paul's to weld something up, and he pulled out an extension cord I plugged in, and I was having fit welding, couldn't weld for crap, and I didn't understand why. Then it dawned on me. It's because his extension cord is a standard heavy-duty extension cord. A standard heavy-duty extension cord is 14 or 16 gauge. Okay, this is 12 or 10. I think it's a 10 gauge. So even though I'm using an extension cord, it's heavy, and the welder works just fine with it. So now I just want to weld this up here, and then I'm going to flatten it out with flap disc. All right, I got it on max because this is heavy stuff. I'm not going to be going through it. This is very thick. I'm not sure what the size, but I know that I'm not going to weld through it. I'm not going to blow a hole in it. All right. Over here. See how I'm doing. And I blew a hole through it. I'm shocked. I didn't think I'd blow a hole through that. It was really thick. But I did. So I'm gonna have to fix it. There. Right. What's that look like? I didn't think I'd blow a hole through it, but I damn sure did. Well, I patched it up. Let's even flatten it out. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is weld some more in here. I have to clean it up down here a little bit, but I'm going to weld some more in here right now. Yep. So now we got a nice flat spot here. There's no more gouging, no ridge. This doesn't have a ridge. That doesn't have a gouge in it, or a gouge ridge, whatever you call it. This doesn't have it. This doesn't have it. The only one that had it was that one. Don't know why, but there. They're good now, and they'll be fine for the brakes to slide on. See, the brakes actually slide on those, if you see there. So if that one was off, it would catch it and be doing that, and then it wouldn't ride right. So these weren't riding right anyway because of that. So this is going to go in. This will just protect from anything from getting in it. Keep it in there for now. And that is just going to go right in here. You might have to push in on these. If you remember those pistons in there, just give them a little push like that so that you can get between the those two locks there, just like that. All right, now grab my anti-seize here, and I'm gonna put that on my two little nuts here. There's my 1/2 inch, and there's my ratchet. The first thing you should do with this mess is obviously sort them out. Now, we'll figure out which one of these go where, because one of them goes on one side, one goes on the other. The idea is this bleeder has to be at the top, because that's where the air is going to come out of your system. But we can figure that out when we get back to the truck. I would think, well, we'll figure it out in a minute. All right, so separate your parts. All right, you're going to have these silver ones here. What these are, these 4 here, these are actually the retainers that hold your brakes on. And a little clip goes there. Let's see. One goes on top of it. Actually, it might not use them on the bottom, might just be on top. Goes there, that goes there. Goes there. Appears to be one missing. These aren't overly important. If we don't find it, we'll just use one of the old ones. All right, these are your adjusters. They come all the way out like that. And this thing will actually come all the way apart, just like that. I'm going to put a little anti-seize on there before we even get to it. This cap goes on the end, but before you put it on the end, you take this little washer. This little washer goes on there. We'll put a little anti-seize on all that too. So that's like that. So that's one of them. And there's the other one right here, same deal. And They have a left and a right, and they're actually marked. See, that's marked R there for the right. That was L for left. So we know this goes on the left side. No, this goes on the right side. Don't want to lose that. Because if you notice, this one here turns different. So the adjusters are left and right. Just remember that. And there's that little washer goes on there, and that goes on there just like that. That's my right one. Like I say, we're still missing that piece, but I don't think it's going to be overly important. All right. That's the left. It says L. It's the left adjuster. That's the right adjuster. Those go together. These are universal. They go either way. So we'll have one here, and these are the same thing. They're also universal. This is your brake adjust cable. This thing here, it goes on and it clips on. Well, you'll see it. So we want to keep that one over here. They'll go either side. That's that one there. And that's that one there. Okay, so they're going either side. This goes on another piece of your emergency brake. This goes on another piece of your emergency brake. Put this one over here. Got two of these pins that go with those. You'll see how they work. Two of these pins here go with those. You'll see how they work. Little horseshoes here are part of the emergency brake cable adjuster. These just, you got 4 of them, you only need 2 of them. I bought a full kit. Those are just to plug the holes where you do your self-adjusting. All right, you got one of these each side. These are for your proportioning bar, and you'll see that too. I actually have to get into it to figure out which springs go on top, which springs go on the bottom. I believe these go on the bottom, and these go on the top. I might be wrong about that, but we'll figure that out when we get there. Okay, no, we got everything laid out, and this is everything that we're going to need, other than a couple parts that are going to go back on the truck that don't get changed. So if you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and hit that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it because it does a lot for the channel. We'll put it on each one of these. We want this to slide good. Don't want to put it on too awfully thick because don't want grease all over the brakes either. Like that. The one here don't hurt nothing neither. Absolutely not. Remember I told you how I set these up? There they are. Okay, laid out just like I took them off. So I know right where everything goes. And I'm going to match the springs up, the new springs up, to the old springs, because each one of those springs is different. Melnier. Now let's see here. This, I did a pretty good job of straightening it out, but it's still a little bent. It's not a big deal. This is just a little bit cattywampus, but it's not a big deal because everything rides on this and this. I just kind of wanted it a little straighter than what it is. What happened was this was in here. If you don't know the story, if I didn't tell it, I was coming back from when I was coming back from Tennessee from the Ford Truck Super Nationals, I got almost home. I was on Route 66 over in DC. Busy road. This wheel came off the truck, almost. It was held on, it had one lug holding it on. And it was just like this. I got off the side of the road. Traffic is just whizzing past me. Because this is right where the edge of the road was right here. And that road is always busy. Whizzing past me, and I had to get this thing, I had to get the wheel off of the truck so that I could pound the drum back onto the truck so that I could put the wheel then back on the truck in traffic and steal a couple lugs from the other ones. And I stole the lugs from them, I got them on it, and I was able to limp it down the road. When I got it off the road, I only had one lug left again. But I was off-road to take everything apart. When I took everything apart, what I found was one of these studs, of course I replaced them already, one of these studs had come off in the drum and was a pretzel. And it had caught on this and bent the crap out of it. So I just needed to straighten it back out. I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to put a little anti-seize on it too. Just a little bit. Put it on there. On both sides that you want. And here, I say not a lot, but I want this piece here, which goes on here, to slide nicely. Now, that gets this spring here. And it goes like this. There and there. And that'll go up on here. I still have to hook up the line. I'm considering doing something else. This might be a two-parter, so I can show you a little more stuff. But right now we're just doing the brakes itself. This guy, of course, goes up on here. It's like that. That's why I like to have a little bit of anti-seize on that too, because this is supposed to move. Everything's supposed to be there, just like that. There. Yep. So now, yep. A little on the inside won't hurt. There, now we got everything moving nice and freely. When I get done this, I want this to be right. I want to be done with the rear brakes and not have to fool with it. Just didn't like it was a little thick. Alright. Next thing we do is put brake shoes back on. So that requires new pin. Because, where's the old pin? Alright, I'm not even going to grab the bent one. I'm going to grab the straight one. But you look at these pins. See, this is so much nicer. And this is all rusty and it could break and then you got more trouble. So get a spring kit. You know, they're not that expensive. Get my 10 millimeter here. I'd rather new spring here. And our pin there. Pop that in there. Like I said, otherwise you would have been doing this. You would have been hooking this up, and we're not going to hook this up. I'm not going to unhook it and rehook it. It's just not going to do it. Okay, this is going to go in here. Just like that there. Get this up on here. And we'll fight this again. That's just my right hand's quite a bit stronger than my left hand. Damn it. Now. Can't push it in with that hand. Turn it like that. Oh, get on there, you. Damn it. things can really fight you. I'm putting one of the old caps on it just because I don't know where the other one went. If I can get it off of there. Try this again. There we go. All right, now it's on. There. Everything's falling out of its holes, which happens. It's just there. Once you get to this point, then you can start using your springs, which will help hold everything together. I was right about this blue one. It goes on the bottom. The red one goes on the top. But first thing we're going to put on, we're going to put this on. And then we're going to put the purple spring. Go in there like that. We want to get this one here. And at this point, we're going to use the second special service tool, flathead screwdriver. Take that screwdriver and put it right on there. And be careful doing this. And there it is. Now, we'll get this back up on here. And we'll move that back because we have the other spring going. It goes there. And we'll take this red spring. It's going to go right here. Grab a special service tool again. And there it is. Service tool. Turn that around there. So these are little things to watch for. Hopefully you can fix them. Quickly. Down there. There, like that. That's where it goes. There, it goes like that. I wish I could give you a good way to do this, but I can't. I've never found a good way to get these suckers on the bottom ones. I have to move you a little bit because I got to be able to see what's going on there. Once you hook that in there, there, you're set. Now we're almost done. So here's my adjuster. This moves up and down on this, which does the adjustment. So we need to put it in like that, but I'm going to do something here. You don't need a lot of this, but you do want some, because otherwise, you know, you're going to wind up getting things freezing up. Like that. Put that on there. And we'll bring it all the way in to start with. Just like that. And on there. Grab my washer. We're going to put that on there. Some on both sides. That goes on there just like that. Alright, this has to go here because it's going to be up against that. I'm going to put it in the bottom of the shoe there. And I'll bring it over here. I'll spread the shoe. There we go. Hook it up. It's that easy. There, got it slipped over there. Now it's in. And that's how it goes together. Don't take the other side apart until you finish one side. Because what you could do then is you can go back to the other side and it's exactly the same, just opposite. And see exactly how things go together. Alright? I've been doing this for a minute, so I kind of know how they go together. So that's all put together now. And this is ready. I mean, I still need to bleed it, but it is ready for a drum. So let's go grab the drum here. I rebuilt this drum before, but all the rebuilds worn off. I think it was out of paint. I don't know. But it's not that important. So when I put this on, that is really loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust this thing while it's here on the truck. And I'll pull that out. So I'm pulling out on this, I don't know if I'm hoping you can see this. Let's see, bring you over here. So I'm pulling out on this, and then I can turn this, and this will start to spread the drums, the brakes. A little hard to turn with my fingers, but really easy to turn with this. The reason being, the way that it works is this goes through the back. There's a slot back there. There. It has this in it. Remember, I got to bring new ones for that. And this will go in here. It goes in the slot, and then it will hook onto your wheel. Once I get it there. Come on now. And you can adjust it just like that. Takes all day. But you can adjust it that way. And that's what it's for. Yeah, way off. So we're going to this will take all day too. There we go. Going the wrong way again. I keep pushing it the wrong way. Ouch. It's hard on your fingers. What I'm looking for is just have just a slight, ever so slight drag. There we go, that's perfect. See what I have here is just moving around a little bit. Okay, so now I can get this right on there. Just ever such a slight drag, which is fine because, like I said, it'll break in good. They're already broke in, but we did change some things, so that'll be good. And that's all it is to drill and break. Don't be scared of them. Like I said, just lay your parts out as you take them off. Don't take the other one apart until you're done this one. The only thing left is to bleed them. I'm going to show you that in part 2 because I got on here. Well, let me show you what I got here. Okay, and I don't know why. This is a union. Okay, this has been added to this truck. And it's actually, if you're going to patch, it's the right way to do a patch. Probably somebody had trouble with this one time over here. Probably somebody had trouble with this one time getting this off and mangled it. And so they replaced the whole thing. So they put a new short piece of tubing on and then just put a put a flare on this end and put this in and put it to there. I'm taking this out. I don't want this here. I want this to be one piece. So part 2 is going to be about bleeding the brakes, the hydraulic part. This pushes the shoes apart to get on the drum rather than squeezing a rotor. And that's all it is to it. And it just springs in there. It's all it is springs. So don't be scared of this. You can do it. So until part 2, see ya.